So we see that, just the summary, we will see all the 26 mantras together. We started with the story that Rishi Ashvalayana, the great seer of Rigveda mantras, duly approached Guru, who is Brahmaji himself. Atha Ashvalayana Bhagavantam Parameshtinam Upasametya, approaching duly, Uvacha, said, what? Please teach me Brahma Vidya. That Brahma Vidya which is the highest, which is always resorted to by the noble people, which is a secret, and that by knowing which, giving up all the sins, one will attain the supreme Brahman. You see? Yayachirat sarva papam vyapohya paratparam purusham yati vidwan. See the last two mantras? Last two mantras explain how the sins are destroyed and how that Kaivalya is gained. Brahmaji, while giving the knowledge, doesn't directly give Brahma Vidya, but first gives the sadhana, how to reach that Brahma Vidya, Shraddha, Bhakti, Dhyana, Yoga, Avaihi. Go through the path of Shravana, Manana, Nididhyasana, and then Samadhi. This Brahma Vidya not attained by action, na karmana, na prajaya, not by progeny, not even by wealth. Tyage naike amritattva manashu. But by giving up the desire for the worldly enjoyments, one can attain this Brahma Vidya. How can one attain that desirelessness or giving up renunciation? How is it possible? Through chitta shuddhi, chitta ekagrata, vedanta vijnana, sunishchitarthaha, sannyasa yogadi atayaha, shuddha sattvaha. Shuddha sattvaha, purity. Vedanta vijnana, sunishchitarthaha, clarity. So the path is made clear. Purity, clarity through Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, realization. Realization is liberation. Then phala is also given in the same mantras. Jivan Mukti, if one realizes here, if that is having little bit of desire, then the person will go to Brahma Loka, Ishtadevata Loka, and from there will get liberated, Krama Mukti. Now, in order to gain purity, clarity, in order to do Shravana Manana Nididhyasana, Saguna and Nirguna Upasana was prescribed. So first in mantra number 5, the preparation for Upasana is given. Steps are given. Do this, do this, do this, do this. Remember? First find a place which is solitary, where nobody will disturb you, and the time also. Then prepare your asana like this. It should be clean. The posture should be like this. Then control the... Remember all those steps? Control the step, control all the indriyas, pranamya, prostrate to your Ishtadevata and Guru with devotion, and then what? With the mind which is without rajas and tamas, meditate on that supreme. That supreme which is nirguna is explained, Vishadam, Vishokam, Achintyam, Avyaktam, etc. In case you are not able to meditate on that nirguna, then do it with saguna. But remember that saguna is nirguna. Uma Sahayam, Parameshwaram, Prabhum, Trilochanam, Neelakantham. Right? Now with this Saguna Dhyana, go back to Nirguna Dhyana and come to realization. This Saguna Nirguna Dhyana will result in knowledge. What kind of knowledge? That we will experience Sarvatma Bhava. Sarvatma Bhava, the self in me is the self in all. With Adi Daivika, Saeva Brahma, Savishnuhu, Sashivaha, etc. With Adi Bhautika, Yad Bhutam, Yad Bhavyam, whatever happened, whatever will happen, everything is me. And even within Sarva Bhutastham Atmanam, Sarva Bhutani cha Atmani. The self in me is the same self in all. So in all, see the self. In yourself, see everything. How? In all, see the self as the substratum. In yourself, see everything as superimposition. Do this. This Sarvatma Bhava will lead to that Mukti. In case you are not able to do this also, do Pranava Upasana. Atmanamaranim Kritva. Pranavam cha Uttararanim. Keep Jiva, yourself, individual ego as the lower Arani. With that Pranava, with that Omkara which represents the Supreme Brahman, you churn. Jnana Nirmathana Abhyasat. Do Jnana Abhyasa. That way, the bondage will be burned. Pasham Dahati Pandita. Now, in order to explain that Brahma Vidya, the process of Adhyaropa Apavada was employed. First it was explained that that same Brahman as though becomes Jiva and performs actions. The same Jiva becomes Vishwa in the waking world and experiences the joys and sorrows of the waking world through senses. The same Jiva becomes Taijasa, dreamer in the dream, and experiences the world which is created by his own mind. And then the same Jiva in Sushupti becomes Pradnya and experiences the absence of everything and thus enjoys the joy. It is the same Jiva who is actually Brahman. Not only that same Brahman has become, as though become Jiva and is going through the three states, does he remain? No. Punascha Janmantara Karma Yoga. Again he will wake up. Again he will go through the dream. Again he will go to the deep sleep. And he will continue Janmantara Karma Yoga because of the karmas performed in so many janmas. If this body is not sufficient, he will take up another body and again will go through. While going through, again will do the karma and the cycle will continue. How long? As long as he doesn't realize that I am that Akhanda Atma. That these three states of experience have actually come from me. I am not the one who is going through them. Not only these three states, but even the world has come from me. Etasmat jayate pranaha manas sarvendriyani cha. Right? Mantra number 15. Now Adhyaropa ends, now the Apavada starts. And it is explained, this individual who thinks that he is going through the three states is actually that Paramatma. That Brahman, Vishwasya Ayatanam, that which is the substratum of the world. Tat Tvameva Tat. Mahavakya is given. That is you. You are that. Understand, realize this. How? Understand that there is that oneness. Realize the oneness and become free from all bondages. How can I understand that? Separate yourself from what you see. Trishudhamasu yad bhogyam bhokta bhogasya yad bhavet. The object that I perceive, the subject who is perceiving, the connection, all these three are not me. I am that Sakshi. To go from Adhyaropa to Apavada, use the middle step of Sakshi. Realize your oneness. Understand that everything has come from you, is staying in you, will go back to you. Mayi eva sakalam jatam, mayi sarvam pratishtitam, mayi sarvam layam yati, tad brahma advayam asmiham. Mantra number 19. Listening to this knowledge, now the Rishi Ashvalayana, who is a student, realized and he voiced his experience in 3 mantras, where he says, yes, Anoraniyanaham tadvata. I am the smaller than the smallest and Mahanaham, Vishwamaham Vichitram. I am everything. Puratanaham, Purushaha Aham, Ishaha. I am everything. Apanipadaha aham achintya shakti. I don't have karmendriyas, yet I have power to do everything. I don't have jnanendriyas, yet I know everything. There is nobody who knows me, but I know everything without any indriyas. That Brahman I am. And the mantras that we saw today, Vedaihi anekaihi ahameva vedya. I am that Brahman which is to be known. I am the Vedas which give that knowledge. I am the Guru who is explaining the knowledge of the scriptures. I am the Ishvara who has created everything. And I alone am the Jiva who is studying all these things. Everything is me alone. That is the knowledge that he gets. I am not this world. I am not the Upadhis also. The 5 elements which have created the world, that also I am not. I am that one pure Brahman. Now after listening to that, now Guru concludes by giving the phala and says, knowing this, one becomes Brahman. Knowing Brahman, one becomes Brahman. Evam viditva paramatma rupam prayati. In case one doesn't realize, then mere chanting of Rudram, chanting of this Upanishad will give the result. Why? Because it will purify your mind. It will give that focus. How? Because by chanting you will get love, devotion for that God. That concept also is explained. And once you get that love for God, devotion, it will remove mala and vikshepa. You will come to jnana, which will remove ajnana. and you will realize. Kaivalyam phalam ashnute. Thus ends Kaivalya Upanishad. All right? Chalo. Let us conclude the session with a very small bhajan. That's why I did not sing in the beginning. So you may have thought that I forgot. I did not forget. I wanted to do it at the end. One small bhajan dedicated to Lord Hanuman. Hanumanji is the one guru, no, who is going to take us to God. So with that small bhajan, we'll conclude. As the tradition goes, let us chant the first mantra of the Upanishad, just to remind ourselves that we are not completing the study, but we are beginning the study. First mantra, let us chant. Om athashvalayano bhagavantam parameshtinam upasametya uvacha adhihi bhagavan brahma vidyam varishtham sada sadbhis sevyamanam nigudham yaya chirat sarva papam vyapohya parat param purusham yati vidvan. We offer this entire phala of this Jnana Yajna at the lotus feet of our Pujya Gurudev.